Hey you guys, it is me, Brandy. Welcome back, Jack. No, I'm just kidding. Look at me, I'm greasy. But you know what? I'm learning that I have to be like I don't care. Look at, I'm not gonna be so hard on myself. So anyway, the reason for this video is because the last couple of days I have been encountering some homeless friends. And go, let's go. Okay, she's not going. Yes, okay. So anyway, yes, I have been encountering some homeless friends. Or not friends, but some people that I have been friendly to who are homeless. And trust me, homeless people are like you and I. So anyway, there's a guy. First, I want to tell you about the one that I just met. His name is Brandon. That's why I said it was perfect that we were talking, because I'm Brandy. He's Brandon. Hello. But the reason that I was talking to this guy is because, so I was walking inside of the store, Albertsons, and I looked and I seen this kid. He's just sitting there like this with his head down. And I've seen this kid before. I knew he was homeless. And I say a kid, he's like 20, early 20s. If that. And he just looks so sad, and I know how it is to be sad and depression, and I know how alone you can feel in this world. People just walking by, coming in and out of the store, they don't even stop to see if you're okay. And sometimes I think of an afterthought, and the afterthought was to make sure that this kid is okay and just check on him. When I came out of the store, I saw him still sitting there with his head down. And so I said, hey, how you doing? Are you okay? And he said, yeah, I'm all right. And I said, are you sad or what's going on? He said, yeah. And he said he was sad. And he looked like he was going to cry. But I'm not looking at the camera because I'm driving. But anyway, yeah, he said he was sad. And I said, why? I said, life? He goes, yeah. He goes, basically, you know, when people, you know, he's homeless and he sits out there. And I've always wondered, I've seen him and he just looks straight ahead. He doesn't look at people. And I've wondered that. And I got the clarification today why he doesn't look at people. And he said that when people look at him, they cringe like he's a piece of shit. And I told him, I don't think that you're a piece of shit. And I said that because I don't know this guy, but every time I've seen him, I've never looked at him like, or judged him like a piece of shit. So I wanted him to know that if anyone on this earth, I don't think he's a piece of shit. And he said he appreciated that. And I just remember talking with him, and you know, what he was saying is that he can't get a job when he goes into the interviews, you know. And I told him that it might be, he has to be careful how he thinks about himself. Because I don't think he's a piece of shit. I'm sure everyone who drives by doesn't think he's a piece of shit. And like he said, and it's true, there are some assholes out there. And it's true, people don't realize what an asshole they're being. Sometimes they could just be just a dick or a bitch or whatever. And I'm not going to beep it out. I don't want to be more myself. And however this video comes out, it's going to be what it is. So yeah, I just wanted to let that guy know that he's not a piece of shit, and I think that he is worth something. So I told him, you know, he just has his head down. I told him that he needs to keep his head up, because if he has his head down, then how can he see the opportunities that are ahead of him or that are up if his head's down? And I just gave him some encouraging words, and I told him maybe he should go and fill out an application. He said he does like warehouse work, and maybe if he's looking for work, why don't he go and apply on Indeed.com. And when he goes into the interview, just have a smile, you know, have confidence into himself to know that he's there and he can do a good job when those people hire him. I mean, just to get some work, so that way he can start earning some money and he could provide a home for himself. So I asked him if he prays, and he said not really. So I, you know, encouraged him to say a prayer. I'll be praying for him. You guys pray for him as well. And you know, anyway, I just think it's really important that if you see someone who looks like they're in pain or don't just think he'll be all right. You know, a lot of people might think, oh, he'll be okay. But I think it's really important to take time, stop, check on people, encourage them if you can. Can you guys see? But anyway, you guys, I don't know. It just really, really touched me to see a little bit of hope in his eyes at the very end of our conversation. Nothing that it's not saying it has anything to do with me, but just the fact that I want him to know that someone cares, and I do care. So when I see him next time, his name is Brandon, I'm going to be checking on him to see how he's doing. It's up to him. I really hope he gets better. But anyway, there is another guy that I know. His name was Glenn. So I want to tell you about Glenn. He's a guy that I've known for a few years. Has it been years? I don't even know how long I've known him. I don't even really know him, but I just see him around town. And I know his name is Glenn because one day I ended up getting his number. I was going to go bring him a fire pit or something from my house that I was going to throw out. But my gardener, Oscar, I was going to have him take it over there, and he never did. But anyway, this is so bad, you guys. Sorry about this. So anyway, I want to tell you about Glenn because Glenn was telling me one day that he was living underneath the trees. Well, you know, behind some houses. Oh my gosh, you guys. Sorry. Okay. So Glenn was saying that he was living behind some houses. And I knew he was living behind the houses, but when I saw him the other day, I just said, hey, how you doing? I just want to check on him. Say, hey, how you doing? And, you know, he said that, you know, hey, you know, I told you I was living behind those houses. And I said, yeah. And he goes, well, you know, I guess the people in the neighborhood, of course, they don't, you know, want homeless people living behind their house. And come to find out he was living underneath a tree where, you know, it's shelter. And I understand you find shelter where you can. And he found underneath the tree. Well, come to find out the people in the neighborhood didn't want him living there. So they ended up cutting down the tree. But I just want to let you know how resourceful that a person can be. So they cut down the tree. And so what Glenn did is he said he ended up just building a house out of the wood that was left from the tree. So I thought that was really resourceful. So when someone takes something away from you, you just, how they say, make lemons from lemonade. No, you make lemonade from lemons. Yes, so that's what you have to do in life. But always keep your head up, keep trying. I get down, I get knocked down, and I get depression. And it takes sometimes months to come out of it, you know, and I still have to function in the world, and, you know, but I do want to say that if you see something wrong with someone, always please check on them, because you never know, like, that one little encouragement or that one little word could help them get through the day, because you never know how. For me, my main thing is I think of suicide. So anyway, you guys, I'm going to end it right here. So I just want to tell you guys about a little bit of encouragement for yourself and for other people. Yeah. So you guys, I'll see you guys soon. Talk to you later. Bye.